welcome. I'm Ijoma Onyato. Tonight, Presidents Buhari and Obama hold historic meeting at the White House, resolved to deal with corruption and Boko Haram. President Buhari recognizes the key role played by the United States in the Nigerian presidential election that brought him into office. President Obama commends Nigeria in the handling of the Ebola crisis, says the country is strategic to America. And a bomb explodes in Turkey, killing 30 people.
On business news tonight, Bayelsa State Government says its new focus is to significantly reduce youth unemployment and attract foreign investment.
And in sports news, World Football Governing Body FIFA announces date for presidential elections to decide Sepp Blatter's successor.
We begin tonight with the historic meeting between President Muhammadu Buhari and his United States counterpart Barack Obama in the White House, Washington, D.C. After the meeting, both leaders briefed the media on the areas of interest in the two countries. The United States government congratulated President Buhari on his victory at the April 2015 elections, saying it's an indication that Nigerians place great confidence in him. He also said that President Buhari has integrity and a clear agenda. Before today's meeting, President Buhari had requested the repatriation of $150 billion missing from the country's coffers being held in bank accounts abroad. President Buhari commended the United States for keeping the pressure on the former government, saying that it was what brought democracy alive in Nigeria. Our presidential reporter, Chukwuma Onekusi, who is traveling with the president, has a special report on the meeting.
It's day 2 of the president's stay in the United States. He steps out of the Blair House into his official car to attend to a first breakfast meeting with the United States Vice President Joe Biden. Journalists were barred from that breakfast meeting with Vice President Joe Biden, so we made our way into the White House for the all-important meeting between President Muhammadu Buhari and Obama, for the all-important meeting that brought him here. Just before the meeting, both presidents addressed the press in the Oval Office. The host president describes President Buhari as a focused leader, judging from his performance so far, promising to help Nigeria deal with Boko Haram and fight corruption.
We very much look forward to talking about security issues, how we can cooperate on counterterrorism. We're looking forward to discussing how we can be helpful in addressing some of the corruption issues that have held Nigeria back and unleashing the incredible talent of the Nigerian people. We all recognize that some of the best business people in the world are from Nigeria, and they thrive as they travel to other countries, but we want to make sure that they're also helping folks thrive in Nigeria. We're also going to have an opportunity to talk about some of the other areas where Nigeria has taken leadership. Nigeria is obviously one of the most important countries in the world, and one of the most important countries in the African continent. Recently, we saw an election in which a peaceful transition to a new government took place. And it was an affirmation of Nigeria's commitment to democracy, a recognition that although Nigeria is a big country and a diverse country with many different parts, nevertheless, the people of Nigeria understand that only through a peaceful political process can change take place. President Buhari comes into office with a reputation for integrity and a very clear agenda, and that is to make sure that he is bringing safety and security and peace to his country. He's very concerned about the spread of Boko Haram and the violence that's taken place there and the atrocities that they've carried out, and has a very clear agenda in defeating Boko Haram and extremism of all sorts inside of his country. And he has a very clear agenda with respect to rooting out the corruption that too often has held back the economic growth and prosperity of his country. On both these issues, we're looking forward to hearing more about his plans and how the United States can partner with Nigeria so that Nigeria ends up being an anchor not only of prosperity and stability in the eastern part of the continent, but can also be an outstanding role model for developing countries around the world. And we very much look forward to talking about security issues, how we can cooperate on counterterrorism. We're looking forward to discussing how we can be helpful in addressing some of the corruption issues that have held Nigeria back and unleashing the incredible talent of the Nigerian people. We all recognize that some of the best business people in the world are from Nigeria, and they thrive as they travel to other countries, but we want to make sure that they're also helping folks thrive in Nigeria. We're also going to have an opportunity to talk about some of the other areas where Nigeria has taken leadership in public health issues, fighting tragedies like Ebola. Nigeria has an outstanding track record of working with us to eradicate polio, and that gives us a framework and a template to continue to work on public health issues throughout the western part of Africa, as well as throughout the subcontinent. We'll have a chance to talk about issues of climate change, electrification. As many of you know, Power Africa is one of our top priorities, making sure that we're electrifying the continent so that it can grow faster and more people have access to the power that they need. So we've got a busy agenda, but I want to emphasize how much I appreciate President Buhari's work so far. Looking forward to seeing him put together his team so that we can do everything that we can to help him succeed and help the people of Nigeria succeed. Because if they are successful in doing well, that will have a ripple effect, not only in West Africa, but throughout the world.
On his part, President Buhari recalls the visit of the American Secretary of State to Nigeria prior to the elections. He said, but for the pressure mounted, Nigeria couldn't have been where it is today following the elections.
So thank you very much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Well, Nigeria will remain ever grateful to President Obama and the United States for backing Nigeria to consolidate its gains on democratic system. The visit of the Secretary of State, when he visited Nigeria to see the president, the former president of Nigeria, see the chairman of Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Jega, and so the opposition was very clear and a positive trend that saw us through for this credible election we had. And the maintenance of pressure by United States, mainly, and Europe, to make sure that the elections were free, fair, and credible, led us to where we are now. It would have been almost impossible if the United States did not maintain the pressure on the former Nigerian government that they will not accept anything less constitutional as far as the processes of the elections are concerned. We will ever remain grateful to, because other than other three fundamental objectives that our party identified, or that security, economy, that employment, especially of youth, and then fighting corruption. We are extremely happy that the United States had made it absolutely clear, even before the elections, that they are prepared to help Nigeria in this aspect. And that's why I am here, and I'm very grateful for the invitation Mr. President extended to me.
Thank you very much.
The president is presenting issues of security, unemployment, and the fight against corruption. He is happy that the United States has made it clear that they will help Nigeria to deal with issues going forward. Chukwuma Onwekusi, Channels Television News.
In the meantime, the Nigerian ambassador to the United States, Professor Ade Adefuye, has been following President Buhari's meeting and visit with President Obama. He told Channels Television that a lot's been achieved so far with the renewed relationship with America.
Much of positive vibes of VIBEs, positive vibes about President Buhari's personality, his integrity, his determination, his patriotism, and this is rubbing very well on the country. And briefly, President Obama reiterated America's commitment to assist us in areas of military cooperation against Boko Haram, fight against corruption, the diversification of our economy, and continued assistance to America's private sector to help us in our industrialization and mechanization of our agri sectors. We reached agreement on all that because Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Americans believe that for there to be peace and security in the world, there has to be peace, stability, and security in Africa.
In part 2, after the break, more on Nigeria-US relations. We'll be speaking with the Guardian editor Martin Zoloja and renowned economist Bismarck Rewane. That's in a moment. Please join us again.